This is Brian with VitalityPlus1.com, and we're here today to demonstrate the Solo Star juicer and a vertical upright juice extractor. Now, there's a big difference between these two machines as far as yield goes after the juice has been strained. We're going to juice some organic carrots, spinach, and celery with the Solo Star today. From the tests that we've done in the past, the Solo Star is the best single auger juicer on the market today for the money. Now, see our test results on our website for more information. On the average, this Solo Star got 2 more ounces of juice per pound and a half of carrots when we did the juice extractor test. Now, the way the single auger machines work is with carrots, they will actually snap off a piece of the carrot, and then the auger forces it to the front of the machine and is crushed against the screen. I want you to notice the amount of pulp that the screen catches between these two machines. I'm using the same size metal mesh with each juicer. When I juice with the Solo Star, I like to alternate back and forth, going from a few carrots and then some green leafy and then some carrot and then maybe back to some celery. Just switching back and forth is a good idea. Now, I really feel the twin gear juicers like the Green Star 2000 and 5000 are better choices than any of the single auger machines on the market. But the Solo Star is a real good second choice for people that can't afford a Green Star. Now, people ask me the differences between the Solo and the Green Star, and the differences are really going to be that the Green Star is just a little bit better, heavier duty built machine, and it extracts a little bit better and is a little bit faster. The one real nice thing about the Green Star and the Solo Star is they are relatively quiet. Now, there's a night and day difference between them and any of the high-speed juicers go as far as noise. Now, you can actually listen to a radio playing with these slow-turning machines. Also, one very important thing to remember is with these slow turners, you always get a much better yield when doing green leafy compared to any high-speed juicer on the market. On the average, we got a third more. Again, I want you to notice the amount of pulp that we have in the screen here of the Solo Star, and I want you to notice the amount of pulp that we have with this vertical upright we're going to juice with next. We have juiced enough from the veggies here to give you a good idea just about how much pulp to expect when juicing carrots, spinach, and celery. Now, the pulp coming out of the Solo Star is relatively dry, too, compared to some of these other machines. Okay, we have a vertical juicer here, and they are a single auger type, just like the Solo Star. So basically, the Solo Star has a horizontal auger, and this machine has a vertical auger. Now, you're going to see some major differences here as far as the amount of pulp in the juice with these vertical type machines versus the Solo Star. Keep in mind that all these different brand vertical juicers basically juice exactly the same. You're not going to find much differences between them. We're using the fine vegetable screen in this juicer today, and we're going to juice 2 pounds of carrots with it. We performed this test a while back, but we did not videotape it, so we're going to do that today. Now, the reason I put this video on is because if I was considering buying a single auger juicer, I would certainly want to know the advantages and disadvantages of both machines before I bought it. The white handheld strainer that I'm using here with this is the one that comes with the Solo Star and has the same mesh size squares as the one we use in the Solo Star. As you can see, the juice coming out of this machine is extremely pulpy. As far as the advantages go with this machine over the Solo Star, the only two things that I can really come up with is the vertical machine takes up a little less space, and the machine does tend to pull the carrots down into it versus the Solo Star, where you have to push those down with a plunger into the auger, but you don't have to use a great amount of force. Now, as far as the cleanup goes with this machine, we don't really find it any easier to clean than the Solo Star, and in fact, we find it takes a little bit longer. Now, one advantage the Solo Star has over the twin-geared Green Star machine is it does clean a little faster because there are a few less parts to clean. The amount of strained juice that we ended up with today using 2 pounds of carrots was 11.5 ounces from this vertical machine. Now with the Solo Star, we ended up with 16 ounces after it was strained. Now that's a pretty substantial difference in yield. But as you can see, we're ending up with a substantial amount of pulp in this juicer, and the video does not lie. We are going to juice some green leafy now with this machine, and we have some romaine lettuce that we're going to run through it. Now we still get pulp in the juice doing these greens, but it doesn't really seem to be quite as substantial like we had with the carrots. Now when these vertical machines started becoming popular a few years ago, I was getting calls from people asking me about them, and I couldn't really find anybody that were doing any yield measurements with these vertical machines. Now I understand why nobody published any yield results. They would basically just show how the machine operates without really going into much detail. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to test them, and if they passed my tests, I certainly would have considered selling them. Now keep in mind, I don't really like to sell anything that I would not use personally. There are a lot of websites out there that sell practically every juicer made, and I really think that there's some bad choices when it comes to juice extractors. There's an awful lot of waste with some of these. Now, as this video winds down and you've had a chance to see up close both machines, I would really hope that it will help you make a wise choice when it comes to these single auger juicers. Now remember, the Green Star is our best machine that we carry, but the Solo Star is a really good second choice if you can't afford a Green Star. If you want to see a video on that Green Star, just go to our video page. Thanks for watching.